Testing. Hello? 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 Testing. Hello? Hello? Is this thing on? Testing. Hello? Am I audible? Am I visible? Testing. Am I visible? Can you hear? Hello? Hello, users. We got a show here today. This is the Above It All broadcast today. Today is Thursday. And it's Thursday. I mean, you know, this is Thursday. So, we're here on Thursday. Once again on Thursday. It's Thursday. I need more coffee. Oh. Doing a show. I didn't do a program yesterday. I was going to announce that on Tuesday, but I forgot. So I apologize for that if you didn't see my announcement and were confused. But today is Thursday, and I'm doing a show. Happy Thursday, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, happy, right? Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, my thumbnail is broken. Oh, I just ripped it off. My thumbnail ripped off. Look at this. Look at this. Fuck. You see that shit? This is what I have to deal with. I gotta saw it down, otherwise I'm gonna fucking stab myself. Anyway, doing a show today. Today's Thursday. Today is Thursday. Is it January? I think it's January. Yeah, I should just cut this whole nail, but I don't have any clippers near me and I don't want to stab myself during the stream. I'm just filing down the sharpness. Hello, users! This is the Above It All program for Thursday. You know, like how in The Shining, you ever see The Shining? Anybody? Raise your hand. But you know how in The Shining, they have like those little title card sequences for like the days, but like they don't give you the date, you know? So it's just like, oh, it's Thursday. That doesn't really tell us much. That's how I feel. That's my typical state of affairs. Oh, it's Thursday? It gives me no information. But hello everyone. It is Thursday today. It's Thursday. So this, the Above It All show. The Above It All, show today. It's January, everybody. It's January. It's January, and we're here. We made it. We made it to January. January's almost over. Has anyone ever, it's crazy shit. February's coming up. February is the shortest month of the year. March is marching along. We're basically in March already. Fuck. But we're here. This is Thursday. Look at this fucking. Look at that. I got a new. It's a news show. Doing a news program. I'm gonna do a news show today. What's the difference between news and current events? You ever hear the phrase current events? Like, when I'm hearing current events, I think, does this have to do with water? Is it like high tide? It was late? A current event? Anybody? But this is a news show. Doing a news program. And we're gonna jump in. Alright, so I don't even know where to start. Depends. How triggered do I want to get? Like this soon? How triggered? What is my ideal level of triggering? Alright. I'll jump in. Jump in. So I've got big news, everybody. You've probably seen this before. I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm breaking the news to you. That would be great. But the Orange Man, also known as Orange J Man, this is his full name. Trump issues statement after Meta announces end of 2-year Facebook ban, allowing him to return to the platform. So, there's your update. He's back. Twitter unbanned him a while ago. Presumably, he's waiting for his Truth Social contract to end, which we don't really know the details of that. But, the reason, by the way, why the Orange Man is back is because the social media companies want him to be president. When Donald Trump was president, Meta, Twitter, and all the other tech companies paid no taxes at all. Their stock skyrocketed. Right? They got contracts and subsidies out the wazoo. And so they want him back. It's that simple. Banning him in the first place, that was all for optics. Right? It's not like 2 years later, January 6, 2021, it didn't happen all of a sudden. Now we live in a world where it never happened. No, it's still there. Donald Trump is still a threat to the country. But they don't care. Because they'd rather have money. But let's see what Donald Trump has to say, because he has a statement here. Facebook, which has lost billions of dollars in value since deplatforming your favorite president, me, has just announced that they are reinstating my account. Such a thing should never again happen to a sitting president, or anybody else who is not deserving of retribution. In the post, the former president also thanked Truth Social, his own platform, for doing an incredible job for having him and for their recent success. Recent success? Where? Where's the success? Meta, who also owns and operates Instagram, announced Wednesday via blog post that it would be ending Trump's suspension on both social media platforms in the coming weeks. Nick Clegg, president of global affairs at Meta, said the company determined Trump is no longer a, quote, serious risk to public safety. Oh, well, they determined that? Right? Because they determined that. How did they determine that? I don't know. Let's read the statement. To assess whether the serious risk to public safety that existed in January 2021 has sufficiently receded, we have evaluated the current environment according to our crisis policy protocol, which included looking at the conduct of the U.S. 2022 midterm elections and expert assessments of the current security environment, Clegg wrote. Our determination is that the risk has sufficiently receded, and that we should, therefore, adhere to the 2-year timeline we set out. As such, we'll be reinstating Mr. Trump, blah, blah, blah. The threats are gone? I mean, Donald Trump was claiming the elections of 2022 were fucked. Now, he hasn't been claiming it as hard. He's still maintaining that he got cheated 2 elections ago. His position has not changed. His followers' positions have not changed. Now, again, you can agree or disagree with him getting banned in the first place. But the idea that the environment has changed, I mean, let's be honest here. What? Like, yeah, so there you go. Who cares about the rest of this? The Republican former president announced his 2024 presidential campaign in November and is currently the only candidate in the race. You'd think someone else would have announced by now that they were running against him. But the Republicans, like the Never Trump guys, does anyone actually think Ron DeSantis is going to run for president? Does anyone actually think that? I mean, I'm just curious, you know, I want to know. But anyway, should we scroll down? Oh, God. Well said. I think Musk is an American hero. He belongs on Mount Rushmore. Well said, Boris. You earned your potato today. What the fuck? So anyway, is anyone ready for, you know, we talk about how we live in remake culture. You know, we got remakes, you know, over and over. Can't come up with new properties, let's remake the old one. But does anyone really want a remake of 2020? I mean, let's be honest. Does anyone really... I mean, is this even a remake of 2020? It's more like it's going to be a remake of 2016. Now, I'm in for the 2016 remake. As long as it does not result in a 2020 remake. That's my position. 2016 remake, let Donald Trump tear down Republicans. That's fun. As long as Joe Biden's not running against him, you know, I'm in. Because we got ripped off. We got ripped off last time around. Donald Trump, he had people running against him. He had that, like, what, Joe Walsh and Bill Weld? You know? But there was really no primary. He refused to debate them like a little pussy bitch. I got ripped off. Not to mention, by the way, yes, I'm raising my voice, Donald Trump ripped off the whole fucking country. We were promised 3 debates. As a content creator, can I sue for damages? Think about the ad dollars I could have made off of making videos about a 3rd debate in 2020. That's damages, motherfucker. Can I sue this orange prick? So anyway, 2016 versus 2020. You know, like Freddy versus Jason. There you go. So, this is the Above It All show. The goddamn fly. Holy shit. It's the Above It All program. While we're talking about Michael Pence. Donald Trump had classified documents. And so did Joseph Robinette. But a new challenger has entered the fray, everybody, and that is Michael Pence. Classified documents found at the former VP Mike Pence's Indiana home. Oh my! Ha! Whoa! Whoa! I got some documents. You know, this whole thing, I'm not gonna lie to you. I personally think this whole thing is just to distract from whatever Donald Trump was doing with his documents. Because keep in mind, real quick here, right? Donald Trump stole the documents, lied about it again, gave some of them back, lied that it was all of them, kept lying, got raided, kept lying after that. Joseph Robinette just gave them back. Now, seems to me like Mike Pence is going to take the Robinette approach, but all we know is that this is just going to distract and detract from the fact that Donald Trump was behaving like a freak. Because now it's normal to behave like a freak. Everyone's doing it. Democrats are doing it. Republicans are doing it. They're all doing the goddamn same thing. But they're not. Now, I have 2 priorities here. The outcome that I want the most is all 3 go to jail. That's like the most, not the most likely outcome, but the most desired outcome. Send all 3 to jail. The second desired outcome, send Trump to jail. I mean, you know, send Pence to jail too, right? But still, send Biden to jail. But, like, I don't want to see a scenario where Biden gets fucked on this one, but the Republicans don't. But anyway, you know, how is Merrick Garland, the world's biggest pussy bitch, going to respond to this, by the way? Like, if you were to look up, like, a list of top 10 of the pussiest, bitchiest beta males in the history of beta males, like, it would be 10 through 2, right? And then it would be like 20,000, imagine like a book form. You got 20,000 pages, right? So it's like you got 10, 9, 8, you got 2. And then like every page is just like the greater than sign or the whatever, right? You know, just like the power rankings, like the gulf between the second of the world's biggest pussy bitches and Merrick Garland. Like, it's such an immense, like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like crossing the goddamn Pacific Ocean, you know? Like, it is a giant, it's like the Gulf of Mexico, but like 5 times, you know, between the second world's biggest pussy and Merrick Garland. So that's the thing about this scenario, is Merrick Garland is a pussy-ass bitch. And so, this is just going to make him less likely to actually do anything. We also know that Donald Trump had, like, nuclear secrets. Now, do we know if Mike Pence does? Do we know if Joe Biden does? No. I don't think we know either way. But we do know that Donald Trump had nuclear secrets. The N-word, everybody. Can't say it. A handful of classified documents were found at the former Vice President Michael Pence's home in Indiana. What kind of name is Pence? Motherfucker is a politician in the wrong country with a name like Pence. Can you go become like a member of parliament, you fucking jackass? Who is this guy running for America, office in the United States with a name like Pence? Like, get on down to fucking, like, I don't even know. Go to Manchester or something, my friend. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Anyway. Pence's lawyer characterized the documents as a small number of documents bearing classified markings that were inadvertently transported to the personal home of the former vice president at the end of the last administration. He said they were found on January 16 and placed in a secure safe until they could be returned to the proper authorities. So again, it seems like he's taken the Joseph Robinette approach here. This is the latest in a series of discoveries involving classified documents, a widening issue that underscores what security analysts have told USA Today. The U.S. system of safeguarding classified presidential documents is in urgent need of improvement, especially during the critical period when one administration hands over the White House keys to the other. Last year, classified documents were found at an office at the Penn Biden Center, and Biden earlier this month voluntarily submitted to an FBI search, where agents turned up additional documents. The Department of Justice executed a search warrant on President Donald Trump's home last year after a long back and forth over what documents the former president had at his Mar-a-Lago blah blah blah. Attorney General bitch pussy motherfucker appointed 2 special prosecutors to oversee the Biden and Trump document cases in order to shield his Department of Justice from politics, since he reports to the president. So anyway, again, my most desired outcome, all 3 go to jail. And then we have President Kamala Harris. Hey, I don't like Kamala Harris as much as anyone else, but she didn't steal any documents as far as we know. So I say this. Send all 3 of these fuckers to jail. We'll deal with Kamala later, okay? But that's not going to happen. And all this is going to do is it decreases the likelihood of Donald Trump facing any repercussions. Imagine this! We break into the White House, steal the nuclear documents, and then the FBI knows where we are and doesn't arrest us? Like, it literally, this only happens. Like, if this doesn't prove to people that we live in, like, a 20-tier justice system, you know? You ever watch the show Better Call Saul? Right? You know Chuck? Man, that guy's a fucking moron. Like, the idea that, like, you know, I was watching, you know, some Better Call Saul stuff. So anyway, but, like, people actually think we live in a world where there's such a thing as law. I mean, seriously, they actually think that. Like, you talk to people on the street, like, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, what's the law? Yeah. I mean, I hope that that's less of a thing now. But, like, Like, come on. Like, if we stole nuclear documents, we would be... I mean, I don't even... If we, like, stole, like, a secret classified document that was about, like, where, like, the paperclip storage container is at the Pentagon, you know, we would get sent to jail for a long-ass time, right? But, like, my goodness, motherfucking gracious! These guys are just walking around. Yeah, I got 30 of them right here, classified. I got 98 nuclear codes, just, you know, sold them on eBay last... You know, like, what the fuck? Next, we're going to find out Donald Trump embedded the nuclear codes into each of his fucking beautiful NFTs. I thought they were very cute. He said that word. I can't get over it. He said that word. He called his NFTs cute. Jesus. Anyway, I'm ranting and raving here. Lock all 3 of them up. The Cam Bomb arrested tons of black people for BS weed charge. Cam Bomb. Kamala, right. Okay. Didn't prosecute Steve Mnuchin. Mnuchin's name is spelled like a, you know, there's no A there. It's just Mnuchin. Mnuchin. You know, there's no, it's not Manuchin. It's Ha! It's Thursday, everybody. It's Thursday. All right. This one will be a doozy, folks. You know, honestly, I'm shocked that right-wingers haven't been talking about this one. You'd think this would be all over the news, but I haven't really... Maybe they have. I don't know. I'll be honest. Maybe they have. Okay. Ghislaine Maxwell says Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in a U.S. jail. Now, if you don't know who Ghislaine is the second in charge of the Epstein sex trafficking pedophile empire. She was number 2 in charge. And Jeffrey was number 1 in charge. She was also responsible for recruiting a lot of children that they would then, of course, sell into sexual slavery in the Jeffrey Epstein criminal empire. And, you know, of course, Jeffrey Epstein, known associate of Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, and other such figures. You'd think this would be bigger news. I don't know. I saw this in a couple places, but, like, I don't know. I would expect this, because the original, like, Epstein thing, when Epstein was killed, you know, that was huge. I mean, like, we're talking about, like, one of the biggest stories that I've ever seen. Like, I've been covering news for, like, you know, a while now. And that was the, like, probably the biggest news story. It permeated the mainstream in such a way that, but this follow-up, you'd think, you know, but hey, I don't know. We'll see. Convicted sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell has claimed the disgraced late U.S. financier Jeffrey Epstein was murdered in prison in an interview with a British broadcaster that aired on Monday. The Oxford-educated daughter of the late British press baron Robert Maxwell is imprisoned in a Florida penitentiary after her conviction and 20-year sentence for helping Epstein sexually abuse girls. Can we talk about this for a sec? Like, can we hold the phone here? Let's just hold the phone. All right, so you see this? This is a cell phone, and I'm holding it, okay? Just so you understand what's happening. 20 years? Now, again, I'm a prison abolitionist. I don't believe we should have prisons. But, that said, this bitch got 20 years? Like, okay, now again, imagine a scenario where you were thinking to yourself, I'm going to kidnap a bunch of kids and sell them into sexual slavery. And do you think if you were anybody else, you would get 20 years in prison? 20 years? That's it? The bitch kidnapped kids, children, and sold them into sexual slavery at some motherfucking freak's private island for Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump to gangbang. I mean, like, what the fuck? 20 years? That's it? I mean, I'm just saying, that's a little interesting. And she's doing television interviews in some fancy ass, like, fucking prison. Must have golf in there. Like some goddamn Arrested Development ass shit, man. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. 20-year sentence. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy. You think she's gonna make it 20 years? Alright. I don't know about this. This seems like fake news to me. The autopsy concluded suicide by hanging. You know, the state autopsy. Although the 66-year-old's sudden death fueled widespread controversy and conspiracy theories. Now, I'm going to be honest. The idea that we would call Epstein being killed a conspiracy theory it's more ridiculous than saying that JFK was killed by the CIA was a conspiracy. Like, you know, there's people out there that genuinely believe that, like, Lee Harvey Oswald was, like, a lone shooter. He's the only shooter. There's no one else. And not only that, but Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. It was just his idea, and no one else was involved. Like, people that believe that shit, that's a conspiracy theory. Like, that's a conspiracy theory. The idea that Jeffrey Epstein just killed himself, that's a conspiracy theory. Right? That is the theory. That's the conspiracy. Okay? Quote, I believe that he was murdered, former socialite. What is with these, like, why is this outlet, this is from MalayMail.com, but why are they like, she's a former socialite, you know, like, she was convicted for selling children into sexual slavery. She's a former socialite. I mean, what? She's an Oxford-educated daughter of the late British press baron. The former socialite. Yeah, sure, she's convicted. It's not like she's on trial. She was already found guilty. You know, former socialite. Meet in the middle. We can call her convicted sex trafficker. We can call her beautiful person. Let's meet in the middle at former socialite. I wonder why she's a former socialite, right? A former socialite? What happened? Why isn't she still being a socialite? Why is she mingling at the parties? Why? Oh, you might not have heard about it. She got convicted for selling children into sex trafficking rings for the richest people in the world. Little known story. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that. Okay. So she said in a series of jailhouse interviews aired on Britain's Talk TV, quote, I was shocked. Then I wondered how it happened. A forensic pathologist hired by Epstein's brother said in 2019 that evidence suggested he had been murdered, arguing multiple fractures found in his neck were very unusual for suicide. The U.S. DOJ has conducted a years-long investigation into how Epstein was able to hang himself inside the New York Metropolitan Correctional Center. Reminder. When Epstein was killed, the United States Attorney General, Billiam Dumbfuck Shit for Brains Barr, traveled to that prison. Why was he there? Now we know also that Billiam Barr said previously that the Attorney General of the United States acts as the president's personal lawyer. He said that. So we know Donald Trump is president, right? That's one. Billiam Barr has said that the AG is the personal lawyer for the president. That's two. Donald Trump is on video talking about how hot 18-year-old girls are and how young they look. Donald Trump is in Epstein's black book. Donald Trump visited Epstein's island. Why was Bill Barr there? I don't know. Not sure. 2 prison guards on duty who admitted to falsifying records related to the night he died were charged later in 2019 over their alleged failure to monitor him. But federal prosecutors dismissed the charges in late 2021 after the pair completed community service work as a part of an earlier legal agreement. So you can read the rest of this, but just there's a bunch more shit. But the main thing here is that Ghislaine is saying Epstein was murdered. I agree with that. I agree with that. Look at this drawing, by the way. Like, look at this guy. Like, you see this shit? You see my mouse? Like, whoever drew this, by the way, like, you know, Reuters file pick. Like, can you tell us who drew it? Reuters file pick. They drew it? No, can we get the artist here? Anyway, whoever drew this, like, this guy's eyeball, man. This guy is freaking the fuck out. Anyway. You'd think this would be bigger news. I don't know. I thought that this would be bigger news, you know. Maybe the right-wingers didn't hear about this yet. But anyway, there you go. Mila, Oswald was a patsy and Epstein knew too much to live. I agree with both of those things. I also agree with giving me $2, so thank you with that. That's true. Courtney, -45, did walk into literal children's dressing rooms. And he was like, I'm the owner. I'm allowed. What? It's even worse that you're the owner. That makes it worse. Everybody, I have breaking news. I don't know if you saw that. It's a wild Max the dog appearance. I don't know if that was visible. Nope, he's back. Hi, Max. Folks, I have a question. Would anybody be interested? Now, I already know the answer, but, you know, this is part of the process, so hear me out. Would anybody be interested in daily Max the Dog YouTube shorts? Anybody? Max the Dog daily YouTube shorts. Is that an option? Would anyone be interested? I don't know about, maybe I'll do semi-daily, like bi-daily. As in twice a day, you know. I already knew the answer for that. Max, you're famous! I'm looking at him behind my screen. Max, you're famous! You're a famous dog! Anyway. Hey, Gull! Hey, Gull! What the hell, man? It's not a zero-sum game, motherfucker. Let's drink some water. So yesterday, I did not do a YouTube show, but I did do a Twitch stream yesterday. You know, it was about 2 hours, and I was on a lot of drugs during this Twitch stream. So, I don't really remember it, but I noticed that some people that are in the chat today, right now, were there yesterday. And if you would like to let me know how it was, I honestly don't remember. So I'd like to know. And also be sure to follow me on Twitch, because you never know when I'm going to stream while I'm on a lot of drugs. And I just thought I'd do that little self-advertisement, you know, advertise myself. But I was on a lot of drugs, and I don't really remember anything, so... just curious if I embarrassed myself or not, and if anyone wants to tell me. Now you can. So I looked at... I've actually done a couple of follow-ups for this story. Normally I don't do follow-ups often for like local news stories. But this one I feel like, you know, really deserved it. And I'm reading this from the BBC. Everyone hold your horses for a moment. But I'm reading this from the BBC.com. I know, but check it out. It's not what you think. And this is the teacher that was shot in the chest after an altercation. I love how that's in quotes. Like, even the Brits know what the fuck altercation. But this story has gotten much worse. This has gotten much worse. This story. Now, recently, the family of the child said that the weapon, the gun, the 9mm bullet-sized barreled handgun, if you will, was secured. The gun that was used to nearly kill a teacher, good news, everybody, they secured it. That's what the family is saying. Now, again, no charges have been filed. My opinion, the parents belong in jail. If it's a single mother, single father, they belong in jail. If they live with auntie or uncle or grandpappy, they belong in jail. And you know who else belongs in jail? The school administrators that knew about this before it happened and did nothing. But Virginia is a state full of pussy-ass bitches that are afraid of enforcing actual laws. A state that barely even has laws. I mean, a Republican is now in charge of that fucking shithole. Let's keep going. And by keep going, I mean start. On the day a 6-year-old pupil shot and wounded his teacher in the U.S. state of Virginia, school leaders were warned 3 times that the boy might have a gun. a lawyer for the teacher said. This included a request to search the boy and a report from another child who said the boy had showed him the gun. So this kid takes their parents' secured gun. That's what the parents said. The parents told their lawyers to tell the press that the gun was secured. Now again, what the fuck does that mean? The gun was obviously not secured. I just have to get this out. I know I'm using sarcasm a lot, but just gotta say this just for the record. The gun was not secured. If the kid, a 6-year-old, was able to get it, it was not secured by definition. By the sheer fact that we know the 6-year-old had the gun, we know that it wasn't secured. So them saying it's a secured gun makes me think they're even more fucked up than they... You know, it's one thing if you say, you know, it's an accident, whatever. That's one thing. But you're gonna lie about it. That makes me think that you're just a freak. You're a social reject. You belong in jail, straitjacket or something. Anyway, so this 6-year-old is going to school and is showing the gun to other kids. And the other kid, another kid was like, "Whoa, what the fuck, man? That's dangerous." Do you know what that is? You know, a kid with parents that have an IQ above 6, presumably, right? Saw the other kid with the gun and was like, "Whoa, I'm gonna tell the teacher, man." And the teacher was like, we don't care. Obviously, I'm not referring to Abigail Swerner. I don't know who they told about it. You know, just as an administrator, right? But in the fallout, the school's superintendent has now lost his job. Board members of Rich Neck Elementary School voted 5-1 to sack George Parker. The removal of Mr. Parker happened only hours after Miss Werner's lawyer, Diane Toscano, announced plans to sue the district, saying the shooting was entirely preventable. Sue the parents, too. But that's harder. Police have not announced any charges because police don't give a fuck. The 6th January shooting, which authorities have described as intentional, rocked the Virginia city of Newport News and raised questions about what legal consequences may follow and for whom. On that day, over the course of a few hours, 3 times, you know, pausing to, you know, make sure we had 3 times. Not once, not twice. I mean, once is already game, set, match. And you don't do anything the one time, you're already a cocksucker, right? But 3 fucking times! Okay. But the gun was secured, everybody. Okay. School administration was warned by concerned teachers and employees that the boy had a gun on him at school and was threatening people. So the kid goes to school. Okay, so the kid wakes up, gets the secured gun that was totally secured, brings it to school, shows it to other kids. Other kids tell the teachers. The teachers tell the administrators. Nothing happens. Like, am I on drugs? Like, why is no one being charged here? What? That's being an accomplice. Someone says, "Hey, I got a gun," and you're in a position to stop them, and you don't, you're an accomplice. But again, this all really does boil down to the parents. The parents should be in jail, no question. The parents should be in jail, no fucking question. They should have their child taken away. They should have their tubes tied, whatever. They're freaks of nature, okay? Let's just get that out of the way. But the administration could not be bothered. According to Miss Toscano, the lawyer, around 12:30, a teacher reported she had searched the young boy's backpack, believing he may have had a gun. She did not find one, but told an official the boy may have put the gun in his pocket before going out for a break. Yeah, I'm just going to put the gun in my pocket. You can search the bag, but not the pocket. Also, guns? I mean, you know, they're not that big, but compared to a 6-year-old, how the fuck is a gun going to fit in the pocket and not be visible, right? Like, the handle's got to be, like, hanging out or something, right? Like, how big are these pockets? Like, is this some goddamn, like, Dungeons and Dragons shit? Like, you just put it in the pocket and it's like a small, like, universe in there? What the fuck? Around 1300, also known as 1 o'clock, another teacher reported the boy had shown a child the gun and threatened to shoot him if he told. So now we know that the kid is just fucking a psycho. So good job with the parents, by the way. The kid's a fucking psycho. You're a shitty parent. You're a shitty parent. Good job. You gave your psychotic fucking Damien-ass demon child a gun, a secured gun, quote unquote. A gun. They went to school, threatened to kill kids, ended up shooting a teacher. This is why I have become an anti-natalist in recent years. I mean, people need to stop fucking. I mean, fuck all you want. Fuck until the cows come home, you know, but don't have kids. We have technology. We have medicine. You can have all the good parts of the fuck without the bad parts. Come on. A different employee asked to search the boy and his backpack, but was told to wait because the school day was almost over. At around 14, aka 2 o'clock, the boy pointed the gun at Miss Werner and fired in the middle of a lesson. The superintendent's salary was over $250,000, £200,000 per year. According to local news outlets, he will continue to receive full salary and benefits until June 24 because he was fired without cause. Yo, the U.S. legal system, man. I mean, like, you know, we just have all these fucked up things. You're in charge when your administration didn't stop a school shooting. Fired without cause. There's no reason here. I have been fired for no reason. Don't make me get my attorney. There was no reason whatsoever. Nothing happened at all that would lead to me being fired. I mean, I understand it. It's like the legal culpability thing. I get it, right? And if they did want to actually force him to not take the salary, what they would have to do is go to court and prove that he was fired for cause, which is probably going to cost more than that salary anyway. And just, you know, everyone involved doesn't want to deal with it. I get it, right? But, like, it's still fucking crazy. Ms. Takano's claims were bolstered by text messages exchanged between the school's teachers and obtained by the Washington Post. According to the messages, Ms. Werner had raised concerns about the 6-year-old and asked for help. Last week, the family of the young boy said he suffered from an acute disability and rarely attended school without one of his parents being present. The day of the shooting, he had attended school alone. The family also praised Ms. Werner, saying she had worked diligently and compassionately to support our family as we sought the best education and learning environment for our son. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe you fucking should have secured the gun. I don't know. Hey, just an idea. You got a kid with an acute disability, whatever that means, by the way, undefined, which I'm not saying you should tell everyone what this kid's personal mental issues are, but what I am saying is you shouldn't have a gun in the fucking first place. Your kid has issues. That's fine. I mean, like, you know, do what you can. But don't bring guns around. And don't leave them laying on the kitchen table. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. But it was secured. Look at this. Police said the gun used by the boy had been legally purchased. The boy's family said the weapon had been secured. Like, what does that mean? Like, is this motherfucker like like, what does that mean? This gun was secured. Like, I'm serious, man. It was obviously not secured. Unless, like, again, let's just logic this out. Okay, so how was it secured? Was it in a safe? Right, flowchart. Imagine a flowchart in your head. If it was in a safe, does the kid know the combination? If so, not secured. Does the kid know the combination? No. Can they guess the combination? I.e., is it their birthday? Is it something easy to guess? Is it written down somewhere? If so, not secured. How can we define what the word secured means? Like, I'm serious, man. If you can't hide your gun from a 6-year-old, put it on top of the fucking fridge or something. Like, I'm serious. How the fuck does a 6-year-old get the gun if it's secured? What does the word secured even mean? The only option is that they're lying about it. And if they're lying about it, What else are they lying about? That's my question. If they're going to lie about something that basic, what else are they lying about? Virginia law prohibits anyone from recklessly leaving a loaded, unsecured firearm in such a way that may endanger a child under the age of 14. And yet, almost a month later, 3 weeks later, no one's been charged. Why? Well, the bitch said it was secured, so hey, we don't really know. Are you going to investigate? Nah. This is America, folks. We live in a cool country. It's just, it's a sick-ass country. But I mean sick in, like, the skateboard way. Like, bro, that was a sick grind, Like, that's this country, man. It's awesome. Oh. All right, everybody. I've got some breaking news here. You may have heard this, I'm not sure. So there's been some hubbub going around in the internet and television. And television is involved. You may be familiar. I haven't spoken about this yet, right? So you may be familiar with the hit animated cartoon Rick and Morty, which I happen to be a fan of. I think it's pretty good. I've seen a couple seasons of it. Well, apparently, turns out the creator of that show is a freak. Now, I didn't know that, but now I do. A freak! And it appears, I have this tweet here. This is the best tweet that sums up everything. You can read the Rick and Morty Adult Swim statement. He's been fired. He got canceled. But the show's going to go on. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I've only seen like a couple seasons, like 1 or 2 seasons. I didn't even know that they're on season 7 now. I didn't like the show enough to keep up with it after I initially watched it. Season 7, holy shit, I got to catch up. I want to see what they're going to do. But anyway, this is the best. This is the best tweet. This is from Indy Alpalka on Twitter. Make sure their tag is in there. Justin Roiland will be hard to recast, though. He didn't just play Rick and Morty, but also loads of minor characters. Google Justin Roiland minors for a full list. I love it. But anyway, okay. So I haven't talked about this one yet. But this is, So, again, I'm not a super fan of the show. I honestly don't. Apparently this show is like a cultural touchstone for nerds. I don't really know about that. I'm going to be honest. Something to do with Reddit. I don't use Reddit. I don't know. But like, I've seen the show and I can tell you, I don't know how it's going to happen without Justin Roiland. I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea. As far as I understand, he is like the main guy behind the show, right? Like, I don't know how they're going to deal with it. So that's interesting. I'm curious how it's going to go. So for those of you that don't know, Justin Roiland apparently is being charged with domestic battery and apparently false imprisonment. And he got charged with these things, right? So this isn't like hearsay. The police heard the story and thought there's enough evidence here that we're going to press charges against him. So not good, to say the least, not good. I've seen a couple of the Justin Roiland Defense Squad, which sounds a lot like the Andrew Tate Defense Squad, where, this guy's on record saying crazy ass shit, but innocent until proven guilty. Okay. I mean, whatever. We know for a fact that he says crazy shit. We have evidence that he says crazy shit. We have evidence that he's a freak. But innocent until proven guilty. Okay. Interesting. Now again, I don't know anything about Justin Roiland. I've seen the show. And it's a good show. I like the show. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was a really good show. Now I never kept up with it. I watched like one, maybe 2 or 3 seasons. I don't remember. Whatever the most recent one at the time was, like 4 years ago. I don't know. So I guess we're on season 7 now. But I'm curious. Like I feel the need to watch season 7. I want to see what they're gonna do. So I just want to say this. I wanted to cover this because this is, whatever. Let's have some fun with our show here. Let's stop talking about, like, kids getting killed and fucking shit. Let's have some fun. Talk about some cartoons. Oh wait, it's not fun because the guy who made the cartoon's a freak who again was charged with false imprisonment. The motherfucker was like holding the bitches hostage. Like, who does that shit, man? That's some crazy stuff. That sounds like my mom or something holding me hostage. Like, that's another story. Like, also, again, I don't know anything about the Rick and Morty fan base. I'm vaguely aware that apparently there's a lot of people that are cringy, to say the least, in the Rick and Morty fan base. I'm going to be honest with you. I have never been exposed to that in really any way, so I don't know. Other than seeing people react to this news story. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, was because I want to see what kind of comments are on this video. I happen to get, whenever I talk about one of these like weird culture war things, which I don't know why this is a culture war, like the guy got charged with beating the shit out of his partner, like why that needs to be a culture war, I don't know, but it's turned into, the guy beat the shit out of someone for no reason and held them hostage. The idea that this is a culture war, I don't know. So anyway, but I'm interested to see the reaction on this one in the YouTube comments. I always get a lot of people, a lot of very interesting, colorful characters that post a lot of things. Colorful characters, not unlike the characters in the Rick and Morty cartoon. But again, that is an interesting scenario. I also think that it's interesting that Adult Swim waited until now, because this story like came out like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I think. And now Adult Swim is like, all right. It's been a couple weeks. Things aren't dying down. All right. That's the thing with these corporations. You'd think they would cut them loose, within a couple days. Now, another thing that's interesting about this case is that Justin Roiland, apparently the incidents that he's being charged for occurred 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Like, I'm just saying, what the fuck? Like, Adult Swim didn't know about this for 3 years? They waited until it got out into mainstream press? Like, how did Adult Swim not know about this for 3 fucking years? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. But anyway, if anyone's a Rick and Morty fan, let me know. Are you going to watch season 7? Maybe I'll catch up on seasons 3 through 6, or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just skip them and jump right into season 7. I don't know. But either way, there you go. That's news. It's a news show, and I'm covering the news. We got Will Ferrell in the chat. What's up? Goddamn Will Ferrell. I love your movies, man. Go on. We got a show here today. Today is Thursday. Everybody, today is Thursday. I don't know what the days of the week even mean anymore. Like, what are they? I'm not sure. Oh, I'm stretching. God damn, my body. My body has body parts. Can you believe that shit? Like, number one, you have a body. And number two, the body that you have has parts. That's crazy. I mean, that's crazy. Speaking of crazy, Speaking of fucking crazy, check this out. Max, you're crazy. Max, you're crazy. Max, why are you so fucking crazy? Look at this goddamn dog. Max, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're insane. I mean, I don't even know. Do I need commentary? Like, this should be more entertaining than the news, right? Like, this is awesome. Max, you're famous. Say hi. Max, you're famous. They're all saying you're great. So anyway, that's pretty much my show for today, by the way. I mean, it's already, you know. Max is a snow dog. We got a lot of snow where I'm at, which is in an undisclosed bunker in the middle of Antarctica. But got a lot of snow out here. Max the dog is, I don't know how tall he is, right? But, like, the snow, like, pretty much comes up to, like... It comes up to, like, his head, you know? So he's, like, swimming in the snow. Maybe I'll take a video of it or something. But, he's a snow dog. I don't know what to tell you. And this is what I have to deal with. I have to put up with this. But, this is what I have to... You can see him. He's right there. Max, we're looking at you. Seeing this stuff. Fucking God. This is the, you know. This is perfect. Oh, there it goes. Yep. He doesn't feel like getting it. He's gonna continue sitting. All right. But anyway, that's the show for today. We got the Q-Cock. Q-Cock. Questions, comments, or concerns. If anybody has any, now would be a great time to share them with me. If you have any. If you don't, that's fine. But, you know. Look at this shit. Got a purple. Check this out. Hello, the truth, Israel. I have not followed that situation. Yeah, I'll do some Max the Dog shorts. What question would you like to be asked? I don't know. Is a purple Pilot G-207. And it's purple. I think the ink is black, but, you know, I think. Maybe it's purple ink. I don't think so, though. Doesn't look purple. Max the dog does not like shorts. He does not like pants. You know, I got a couple of clothes for him where they kind of have like little leg holes. Not into it. You know, he'll wear it. Right? He won't try to rip it off or anything because he's a good boy. But he's going to go like this. He's going to go like... until we take it off, you know. He pouts. You ever see your dog pout? That's this guy. It's this guy. Look at this guy. Anyway, Sharpie S gel pens. Now I have it. But yeah, that's pretty much my program today, everybody. You know, I hope it was entertaining. I hope you had fun. I hope you enjoyed watching it. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I might do a Twitch stream later, so if anyone wants to check it out, that'd be cool. Or not. You know, whatever. Don't. See if I care. See if I fucking care. Anyway, yeah, subscribe to my Doom channel. That's a good idea. I'm trying to get monetized, folks. Back me up. Back me up. Anyway,